In this week's Parsha, we are presented with Moses' retelling of the giving of the Aseret HaDibrot, the 10 utterances or commandments. One of the most interesting and potentially confusing of these commandments is the prohibition against coveting. We can logically understand why God commanded us not to steal or to kill. After all, it is physically possible for a person to refrain from performing these crimes. On the other hand, jealousy is an emotion and is an integral part of human nature. When you see something you like, you desire it. How can the Torah forbid something so natural as desiring someone else's possessions? The commentator Ibn Ezra uses a profound insight into human nature to explain this prohibition. It is quite expected that a poverty-stricken peasant might covet his neighbor's money, but it would never dawn on him to lust after what was in the king's treasury. That is so far away and inaccessible that such a thought would never enter his mind. Sensible, logical people only yearn for things within their frame of reference. They have no interest in things that are beyond their scope or their imagination. Therefore, a person must always perceive their neighbor's belongings as not even remotely attainable. If you believe on any level that you have a right to acquire the property of another, then you do not have absolute respect for their ownership. And not having absolute respect for their ownership is the first step on a very slippery path toward dishonesty, theft, and possibly bodily harm. Hence, the 10 utterances come with their own built-in fence. If you don't want to end up a thief or a murderer, don't even start down that path by even entertaining the thought that a fellow human being has no right to their own possessions. Because once you can convince yourself of that, it isn't that big of a leap to convince yourself that they also don't have a right to their own life. A simple commandment, but one that can have serious consequences if not taken seriously.